Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. I've got a good one for you today because they're about to shut your credit cards off. Bye. Thanks for doing business with us. Oh, don't forget to pay your balance. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. But let's get right into it. Now, Donald Trump has proposed that they cap credit card interest rates at a mere 10%. That's a good thing. Isn't that great? Well, the one thing about credit and credit cards is they have inherent risk built into them. They know that your idiot cousin is going to stiff them. They know that people are going to go out, after they get divorced or, and just run up their cards and not pay their bills, and they're going to file bankruptcy, and they've seen it done every possible way. So they make money on that interest. Now, guys like me that charge a lot of money on my cards and pay the balance off to zero month after month after month, it's a little different. I don't care if my interest rate's 29%. Capping it at 10% is going to create a huge problem. It's going to be catastrophic because they anticipate, think about this number, 177 million people will lose their credit cards when they do this. And the reason for that is the inherent risk. Now, a few things just to give you the numbers right now. 74% to 85% of all open credit cards account with, if they drop the lines to 10%, will be closed. Now, Josh Hawley on the right and Bernie Sanders on the left, and then some, they're working together to get this to put together. And they're saying, oh, the banks aren't going to do this. The banks aren't going to close. This is a myth that they're going to do this. Well, this is not a myth, because if you are in the 600 range for credit, you're done. Everything about this is done. Now, I have met people that make a tremendous amount of money, and I'm talking $500,000, but they carry a balance on their credit cards that's more than most people make in a year. They carry 60, 80 grand on their credit cards at all times. These people don't necessarily have good credit scores just because they make a lot of money. So these people would get it called in, and they would have zero access to their credit, but you'd have to pay it off at the old interest rate and as soon as possible. You wouldn't just let it sit there and make a minimum payment. They would call the note in, basically. And the American Bankers Association, Rob Nichols is the president of that, and he is screaming for everybody to do something about this. I am down in Naples. Isn't this cool? Look at that. People that own this house next to this thing are really nice. They always talk to me when it's sunny outside, but it's pouring rain right now. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that growing over this thing. So Rob steps forward, and he's done a bunch of interviews, and you can read them below, talking about how bad this is going to be because there's inherent risk. And what they're going to do is, if you do get to keep your credit, there's going to be fees galore. Okay, what do you mean? Right now, I had something that happened here at the end of 2025 on a couple credit cards, and I've got, let's just say I have between 6 and 12 credit cards. Let's just use that number. On 2 of the credit cards, they said, hey, we're going to have a monthly fee to report this card to the credit agencies. Well, that's kind of ridiculous. Cards are paid off. One of them is $6.95 a month, and one of them is $15. I'm like, $15 a month to keep this card open. Guys, it's $180 a year for nothing, for nothing. Got a decent little credit limit on one of them. One of them has zero. I mean, it's like hundreds of dollars, and it's the thing I use for emergency and online purchases. And if I think something is shady, I use the card for that. So it's not some big bank. It's not Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo, or anybody like that. It's nothing like that. So you have to make the decision if you're going to do this, because what they're talking about is raising those fees. Think about it. You have a credit card. It's got a $1,000 limit, but it's going to cost you $25 a month. Now, I have people that write me and say, Dan, I haven't paid fee. I haven't paid a yearly fee. I haven't done this in years. My credit is golden. Well, if your credit's, you need to have it be near perfect for this not to affect you and have your lines cut right now, is what they're saying. So the strategy with this, now, if Dave Ramsey was walking with me, he would say, Dan, pay the credit cards off and owe nobody nothing. Well, is that the best strategy for you right now? Do you deplete your savings? You have to sit down and make this decision, because right now, if you, let's just use 10 grand, you owe $10,000 in your credit card, and that's exactly what you have in your savings, and you use your credit cards for cash flow, which I don't recommend. This is not fiscally responsible. I don't recommend it, but you charge a bunch of stuff and you're going to get paid a week from Tuesday. A lot of people do that. This is going to eliminate that out of people's lives, and they know it. State by state analysis says that the national average will indicate that there's going to be pain with this, with the average family, and there's going to affect every corner of the country. There's not one area, because everybody's got people like this. I've been like this before. I didn't pay everything off every month. There's a certain point in time when things changed in my life. You know, it's supposed to help people with this, but it's going to destroy it. It's going to leave the banks with fewer options. One thing that happens right now, when you start to enter an economic downturn, and you can sit there and say, Dan, that's just a myth that we're having difficult times right now. Oh, okay. Look at Capital One. Capital One is putting reserves in of over $1 billion right now. $1 billion for deadbeats, for you, because you're not paying your bill. Now, I have had times in my life when I have lost credit cards, and I was economically upside down and had to pay these people back, and they shut the cards off. The most forgiving place on the planet Earth is Capital One. It really is. I've had multiple people say, and the record was, I had someone say, yeah, I had a Capital One card go upside down 5 times. 5. That was their 5th time working with the company. My dead girlfriend still gets Capital One offers right now, and they know, hey, listen, she's passed away. Let me send you this. Hey, great news, Lisa. Got a new card option for you, which is kind of funny because she's not with us and hasn't been with us for over 3 years. So they are putting together the most. There's almost $900 million put aside by JP Morgan Chase for the problem before they talked about this. This was that we were entering an economic downturn and they didn't want to get stiffed. It's that simple. This is Naples, guys, and it's fun around the holidays and it's fun when it's sunny, but it's pouring rain. I have a meeting over here, so I wanted to film this, but this is just, it is crazy. We urge the administration to carefully reconsider this, because this is going to have significant harm on the financial community. Of course, this is not a solution to affordability. Okay, that's what he's trying to say. But again, you can argue this and you can say that this is ridiculous and that this is, gonna, this is going to, this is going to be great. It's going to be great for some people. I don't care what the interest rates are on the credit cards, guys. I really don't. I don't look at it. I don't do the math on it. I don't sit there and carry a balance, and I don't sit there and go, oh my gosh, I'm spending, $3,000 a month on my credit cards. That's what you're seeing that's completely different right now. And people out there that are living that way, you're going to have a problem, because they are going to cut these off. And the threat of it is going to create a problem. And what's going to happen, here's what you're going to say is, honey, let's just pay, we owe 10 grand, let's put $2,500 down. What you're going to do is wake up one day and your wife's going to go try to use the credit card because you owe $7,500 on a $10,000 card. No. You no longer have the credit that you do. They'll lower it to whatever your balance is. Whatever you owe them is what your credit line's going to be. Okay, let's go pay $2,000. Then $7,500, we're down to $5,500. That's going to be your new credit line. It will instantly chase the money in a negative direction. So let me know what you think, because this is crazy. That's beautiful. So anyways, I think that this is going to be one of those things that Sounds like a good idea, but it's not a good idea. And everybody, we always get screwed. It's always bad. Okay? When I was a boy in my 20s and I started making a little scratch, I got a letter from the bank. Now think about this. Remember the checks they would send out? Hey, listen, just write yourself a check and we'll approve your credit card for this. Don't you deserve to spend money? Don't you deserve this? X, Y, and Z. I was stupid and I got one where it was a check was for $25,000. I'm like, wow, that's great. If you sign up for this card, you could have a credit line between $50,000 and $100,000. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. Now, what did I do? I didn't go and write the check. I made the mistake of calling the company and, hey, I got questions about this. And I got some guy on the phone. The guy's like, whoa, 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 hey, you sound real young. Oh, I'm 22. 22? Okay, well, no, I'm not. Listen, we're not going to approve this. We're going to deny it. What do you mean? I can get up to $100,000 of a line of credit. They said, no. What we worry about, guys like you, is that you're going to default on us and stiff us and file bankruptcy with $100,000 credit card debt. This was in the 80s, guys. I think it was 85, 86, maybe at the latest. But again, just bought a house. Everything was big time. You know what I mean? And it's not computerized like it is now. AI takes care of all this stuff right now. Takes care of it all. AI is going to handle everything in a negative manner. Now, Elisa Che runs a company called Elisa Mama. She worked a corporate job and then wanted to go out and sell dresses and things like that online and at flea markets. Turned herself into a thriving business. Eventually, in 2020, she got an Instagram post. She was doing Etsy, all that stuff. And she had people, she designed everything. She had everybody make everything in Nigeria and in Africa. It was African prints. Pretty cool stuff when you see it, the articles below. She went out and got herself hooked up with the Saks brand. Okay, now if you've heard or watched this channel, you've seen that Saks has recently gone out of business. Last summer, she had a problem with the Saks brand where all of a sudden, 1 month, they owed her tens of thousands of dollars and they sent her a few $100s. And she says, well, we have to maintain the Saks brand and keep them happy, so we're going to work through this. They just filed bankruptcy. They owe her well over $100,000. It sounds like, I'm guessing 140 is what, it's just the number that from the articles I've read about this woman. But again, well over $100,000. How do you get over that? How do you work through that? Oh, our brand partners are important to us. This woman's about to get stiffed for 140 grand. That's going to happen. Saks Global went bankrupt. And I am telling you this right now. I don't care who it is. Don't care who they are. Don't let people owe you money right now, because you're going to see them do things like this. They're going to cut your credit cards off. They're going to cut your payments off. They're going to say, listen, Dan, hey, can we do this in 2 or 3 payments right now? You're going to see story time. I have been there. I have delivered story time to people, and I've told you guys this before. Whenever somebody owes somebody money, they are always acting like they invented this and that this was their idea. Oh, tell him this. Tell him he mailed the check on Tuesday, but then you mail it on Friday night, and he'll be pissed off over the weekend. But come Monday, he'll have his check, and we'll have the money in the bank, and the check will be good at that point. You know what I'm talking about? That story time. You don't want to deal with that. Everybody I've talked to right now that has done this is reeled people in and reined in the debt. They've all won. Every single one of them. So get ready. They're going to cut your line off. So this looks like it's going to pass. You're going to see this. But then what you're going to have is, honey, why? I thought we paid that card off. There's a $75 charge. You're going to see shenanigans from the biggest banks. Your perks and your benefits, they're done. They're going to cut all these back. That's going to be finished right now if they cap this at 10%. I always like to tell people to join the conversation. And we have a temporary website set up at iAllegedly.com. Go check it out today. You can send me messages. You can join our email list very easily. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff that you should be a part of. Check it out. But don't forget, we have our temporary freebie, which is you can see iAllegedly live for free right now. And check this out. You can go to newvideos.com and watch some videos for free. A lot of you have signed up for it. It's working great, and I really appreciate it. Check it out today. But go to newvideos.com and search iAllegedly. Plus, our main man, Bobby Kudla, he just dropped a video there too, so you don't want to miss that either. Check it out today. I'm really glad I did that because it was really successful. A lot of you have signed up for iAllegedly at iAllegedly.tv. Just put that in your browser or use the link below. But so many of you have signed up for this, and it's been very successful. Email is back. Dun, dun, dun. Hello at iAllegedly.com. Hello at iAllegedly.com. Don't send it anyplace else. Send it to hello at iAllegedly.com if you want to get a hold of me. Okay? Your stories, everybody. Dr. Marvin was on fire today and sent me a bunch of good stuff. So you can do the same. All right, guys. Make good choices. You have questions, reach out anytime. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm grateful that we get to do this. But something that may be good in theory, economically, financially, with the banks make money. You know, Jamie Dimon, I think it's just a smug guy, okay? I'll give you my definition on the Uncensored channel if you want my Jamie Dimon thing. But with his new lawsuit for debanking people and everything that he has to experience, he's going to have problems. And anyways, I digress. Okay? I'll see you soon. Check out the new website. Sign up. Join us. Okay? I'll see you soon. You can email directly from that too. It's very cool. Okay? I'll see you very soon.